Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Yesterday, Hussein Mohammed did a very good job for William Ruto and his brigades. Moses Kuria was interviewed by Jeff Koinange on Citizen TV. And Moses Kuria indicated that he was not going to work with the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. And immediately Moses Kuria interview ended, Hussein Mohammed and his team came up with something. That Kalonzo Musyoka, the Wiper leader, is headed to Tanga. And that news is actually now with us in this country. For me, as someone who understands politics, the reason why the issue of Kalonzo Musyoka joining Tanga was brought on board was to divert the attention of the country from Moses Kuria's interview. Because you know one thing for sure, when the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, outwitted President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga and managed to win the support of Musalia Mudavadi and that of Moses Masika Wetangula, the focus of the country then turned to two people, but primarily one individual, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Was Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka going to stick with One Kenya Alliance? And indeed, up to now, you can say that he has tried. Was he going to join William Ruto? Or was Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka going to join the Azimio movement? Which brings us to the topic for today. What are Kalonzo Musyoka's options? Because his options are actually narrowing down as we head towards 2022 elections. What are his options? Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is facing three main challenges as we speak now. The first challenge is the Ukambani governors. If there's one mistake which Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka committed, is to allow Ukambani region to elect people who are not in Wiper. Maendeleo Chap elected Mutua. You go to Makwiny. Professor Kivutha Kibwana was elected on a Wiper, but his heart has never been in a Wiper. Charity Ngilu was elected on a NAC ticket. And these three governors are actually giving Kalonzo Musyoka hell. Yesterday, they held successful Azimio la Umoja rallies in Ukambani. Today again, they are still in Ukambani. And they can force Kalonzo Musyoka to either join a camp or not to join a camp. So that's the first challenge he's facing in Ukambani. The second challenge Musyoka is facing is the pressure from his supporters. Majority of Kalonzo Musyoka supporters believe that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka should be on the ballot. The other day, I saw the senator for Makwiny, Mutula Kilonzo, stating that Kalonzo Musyoka must be on the ballot. Kalonzo Musyoka being on the ballot is actually good for them. Then the third challenge, which is the last one, is the game of numbers. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka has the Ukambani numbers. But beyond Ukambani, you can't really quantify his support. And that's a big challenge. If you were to decide to run, he will run, but Kenyans will just view him as someone who is either out to spoil for Ruto or out to spoil for Raila Odinga. But what are Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's options heading towards 2022? Before we get into all those details, if you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue to thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. So please, just the request I always make, give this video a thumbs up, share the content in your WhatsApp, Facebook, and any other place, And the best one is just to drop your comments. The moment you drop your comments, when I get a chance to read them, at least I learn 1 or 2 people. And I've seen a lot of engagement on those comment section. So a lot of people are giving brilliant ideas. So before we proceed, just do that. And also I always sometimes give people my WhatsApp number so that you can reach me, which is 0777 741323. Again, I engage there, but you understand that we have so many people on this channel. So if everyone decides to send text there, sometimes it's difficult for me to even respond on time. Now, let us get back to the main issue. And the issue is, what are Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's options as we speak? What are his options? Because in this country, 2 people are now the focus. There is the Gatundu South Member of Parliament, Moses Kuria, who is likely to shape the politics in the larger Mount Kenya region. For example, if Kuria were to join Ruto today, he will shift or he will tilt the support in favor of the DP there. If you were to join Raila Odinga, that would be a very big boost for President Uhuru Kenyatta and for Raila Odinga. And remember, he was interviewed yesterday and he was non-committal. But you can predict where he's headed. By the way, where do you think Moses Kuria is going to go to? Is he going to go to Azimio or is he going to go to Tanga? I want your honest answer on that before we proceed. Because for me, I still maintain that my stand, which I started taking in 2018, that Moses Kuria is President Uhuru Kenyatta's Trojan horse. But just get me the answer, but let me focus on this video. What are Kalonzo Musyoka's options? Number 1, I think Kalonzo Musyoka can decide to go alone. And going alone would mean going as One Kenya Alliance. Because in One Kenya Alliance, Kalonzo Musyoka will definitely be the presidential candidate. I don't think Gideon Moi or Jirongo or any other person. His opponent in One Kenya Alliance movement was actually Musalia Mudavadi. So with the exit of Musalia Mudavadi, One Kenya Alliance leadership can decide that for us, let us go for the ballot. The only challenge here is that Gideon Moi has already indicated that they are in talks with Azimio. So Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka going for the presidency on One Kenya Alliance movement would mean they are going to shift the support in favor of either Ruto or Raila. Because if he's going to run, definitely we are not going to get one individual getting 50 plus 1%. 50% plus 1 vote. Because Ukambani votes. If for example, Kalonzo were to support Raila, those votes would go to Raila. The Ukambani votes. And it will tilt the support. If he was to support Ruto, but now, if he wants to be influential, the best thing is to run for the presidency, force a rerun, and then negotiate at that stage. People will negotiate with him from a point of strength. The only challenge he's facing is the Gideon factor there. The presence of Gideon Moi in One Kenya Alliance leadership is actually the presence of President Uhuru Kenyatta. That's why Gideon Moi was able to kick the troublemaker, who was Jimmy Wanjigi. He was able to resist attempts to join Ruto, and he's also guiding Kalonzo. So the first strategy, which I don't think will apply, is to run alone and engineer a runoff. Then he can negotiate after that. Number 2, which in my view is the best for him, is to join Raila Odinga, but focus on being made the running mate. Ruto becoming the president would mean Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's chance of becoming the president will be a dream. In the next 10 years, Ruto shall have groomed someone. And I don't think Ruto will allow Kalonzo Musyoka to grow under him. Because if you look at William Ruto's politics closely, there's a way he's not comfortable with working with the people who are almost the same level with him, or people who are emerging. You will always be destroyed. The challenge with Raila Odinga is that Raila Odinga is like has decided already that for him, he's going to get a running mate from the larger Mount Kenya region. So which puts Kalonzo Musyoka in a fix. But because it's one of the determinant factors in 2022, Uhuru Kenyatta will, because Uhuru Kenyatta is keen on stopping his deputy, Uhuru Kenyatta will likely go for him and negotiate with him. Then he can say, for me, I want to be the running mate. Then Uhuru will figure out between a Kikuyu running mate and a Kamba, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who will deliver the presidency to Raila. So if Uhuru will realize that this is the Kikuyus will deliver, then it's okay. If it's the Kalonzo, then he will be told not. So I tend to think that his other option, which is also running out, is being Raila Odinga's running mate. The third option is for him to join Azimio movement. Do nothing there, but focus on 2027. Because one thing I know for sure, the way Azimio movement is designed, it is designed to win the presidency of 2022. Once that presidency is delivered, safe and locked somewhere, I strongly doubt, for me, I strongly doubt if the Azimio movement will go beyond 2022. It's a vehicle for 2022 election. Once Raila Odinga is made the president, he will serve as a Mandela moment. Succession politics will kick in. He can then focus on that 2027 election. If I were Kalonzo Musyoka's advisor, that's what I'll do. Because if you've been following the politics in Ukambani, the Ukambani region is actually receptive to Azimio movement. So it will only require Kalonzo Musyoka joining the Azimio movement and telling his people that this time around, I'm very serious for 2027, but what I don't want is I don't want to go without a governor. For me to become a president, I need a governor in Makwiny, I need a governor in Kitui, and I need a governor in Mayakos. So that's the third option. His last option, in my view, is to join Ruto, with the sole aim that if you were to join Ruto, then they are going to defeat Uhuru. But joining Ruto without that assurance would make no sense for him. So for me, if I were in Kalonzo Musyoka's team, I'll pursue the option of joining Ruto, but only if you are assured that by Kalonzo joining Ruto, then Raila and Uhuru will be defeated. Politics is a game of perception. Kalonzo Musyoka joining Ruto after Weta and Mudavadi, that would be a very strong statement. The question is, what role is he going to play? If, for example, Musalia Mudavadi, who joined earlier, cannot find a role, he's now second after Rigathi Gachagua, what role will he play? Those are the questions. But the fact of the matter is that he can decide to join Ruto. That's also a good option. Just like I've always maintained that Musalia Mudavadi's best option for 2022 was to join Ruto as a running mate. But now he has joined Ruto not as a running mate, which means his politics is going to an end. For Kalonzo, joining Ruto is good, but only if he will play a role and only if he's sure that by joining Ruto, there's no way Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga can defeat them. Otherwise, he should take his cool, play his politics the way he's playing, join Azimio kipolepole without demands, wait for elections. After the elections, he can decide to run or retire. Thank you guys. Until next time. Look ikoaje leo? Look ikoaje? You always tell me nikivaa suit, I look more serious and professional. So I'll try to. You know, Kisumu weather doesn't allow us to put on suit. I only put these suits here, by the way, Nikki record. After that, you'll hardly find me. But I think iko sawa. I should try this most of the time. Bye-bye for now.